Welcome to this edition of What Parents Need to Know, a show with tips and insight into Pinellas County schools. In this episode, we talk with Wendy Sedlacek with the Office of Strategic Partnerships about how to get your child excited and prepared for school right off the bat. We'll also tell you how to become a mentor at one of our elementary, middle, or high schools, and tag along with Superintendent Dr. Michael Grego as he visits several schools for his first day of school with the school district. Plus all of the information you need to help you and your student prepare for the school year ahead. Stay with us for this episode of What Parents Need to Know. It can be tough for children to transition to the rules and routines that accompany a new school year after the summer break. One way that parents can make that transition easier is to encourage students to be engaged in their own learning. Wendy Sedlacek, a family and community relations coordinator for the Pinellas County School District, has some tips on making sure your entire family is ready for the school year ahead. Wendy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lisa. I'm glad to be here.
And we're so happy to have you. What are some ways that parents can make sure that they're involved in their child's education?
Well, Lisa, so much research has been done in the past showing the benefits of parents and family members who are involved in their kids' education. We know that anytime that a child has that adult in their life caring about their education, they're going to have better grades, they're going to attend school, they're more likely to have behavioral issues, and they're able to go on to secondary school or to other careers. So, having that family member involved is really so important. One of the things we know that is really important is that family members and parents or guardians should let their children know that school and their education is important to them as the adult, and really put that message across all throughout the year that school is not just something that you can do when you feel like it. It's something that requires your diligence on a daily basis. And that being said, attendance. A parent can really let their children know that they're involved and engaged in their education by making sure that the children are going to school and that they're showing up on time. Because if they're really not there, they're going to miss a lot of information, and it sometimes is a lot harder to catch up than to be there during the school day that they were regularly scheduled for. So we want our kids to show up and to show up for school. Another great tip for parents to let your children know that you're engaged is to communicate with the school and to communicate with the school teachers. And let your children know that we're talking back and forth and that we're working as a team to make sure that you're going to be successful in your academics during this year. So even if there's a situation where you know the children might be a little bit late that day, give the teacher a heads up so that they understand, that the child is going to be a little late and they're not looking for them. Or if there's a family issue that maybe has the child a little upset, that they can understand why they might be a little more quiet and reserved. So that open communication is two ways, and let the children know we are talking. Another great tip for parents to let their children know that they're engaged is to check up on their homework. Ask them what they have for homework. Don't help them do it, for sure, but ask about their homework and make sure that it's complete. A lot of times kids will say, I did it, and the parents don't check, and then they really aren't turning it in. So you want to make sure that they're checking the homework and making sure that they're doing it. Lisa, another wonderful way that parents can let their kids know that they're involved in their school life and their education is to attend school functions. It's the parent-teacher conferences. Those are so important that we have during the year. But it's also, if there are events at the school, the kids know when the families are coming, and they really are looking for that support. And a lot of the kids know, my mom's not going to be here or my dad's not going to be here, but they know when they are, and it does make them excited. Even at the secondary level, they're looking for those family members out in the crowds to make sure that they're being supported. Another way is to always check on their progress. And again, this is the communication with the teacher, but we also have that great feature in Pinellas County Schools that they can go on to Focus or Portal, where they can see what the assignments are for the day, as well as what their grades are and their attendance. And some parents really have been surprised when they check that and find out, hey, where has my child been during the day? So it's always a good thing to do, is to check on their progress. The other thing that I would do is to celebrate successes, but also celebrate their effort. So if someone has a child that's been working so hard on a project, celebrate the effort that the children are putting into that project. Not just, hey, you got an A, but it could be that maybe they did get a C or something, but their effort was so great and they worked so hard. And celebrate those successes. Put them on the refrigerator. hang artwork on the refrigerator. Let them know that they are involved and they are interested in everything that their children are doing. There's so many ways.
Wendy, that's a lot of great advice. I know you spoke about the communication that needs to happen between not only parents and the school, but also a big thing that parents can do is talk directly to their child. And I think one of the easiest ways for most parents to do that is around the dinner table. But a lot of times they run into, how was your day? Oh, it was good, or it was okay. So what are some of those tips that parents can use to get more information out of their children?
It's a great question, Lisa, and a lot of kids, they're just going to give you the yeses and the nos. So one of the things that I think is a really key in getting that communication going is check the timing that you're asking the questions. Could be that you're asking them as soon as they get in the car after a long day of school and they are tired. So maybe you might want to let them refresh a little bit at home or wait during a dinner conversation to ask those questions. Another tip when you're trying to get information out of your children is, if you're asking yes and no questions, you're just going to get yes or no answers. I have found that I really like the words, tell me about, tell me about, and then narrow it in maybe on the topics that your child is really interested in. And a lot of times that will just blossom the conversation into, well, tell me what happened in this class, as well as that, or, tell me about what the other kids are doing in school, and it can open up a lot of information. Another great time to get your children to talk about their school day is to do it if you are carpooling. So in the car, they're really a captive audience and they can't get away, so they need to answer the questions. But on the trip to, say, a baseball practice or to a dance recital, something like that, just take that opportunity to talk to your children. But one of the things is the timing is really important. But I think the key to having those open conversations with your children truly is to listen. Try not to multitask when you're listening to them. Don't make dinner with your back to them when you're asking the questions, because they really love to have that positive, that active listening. So make sure that if you're asking the questions, you're prepared to take the time to listen to them as well.
And I'm sure that's a two-way street. Make sure that your kid's not distracted by a cell phone or a video game or a TV when you're trying to have that conversation.
Exactly.
Wendy, obviously we're at the beginning of the school year right now. So what are some tips that parents can use for helping their children, and not only their children but themselves, get back into the routine of the school year?
Well, the key word here is routine. Research has found, and I as a parent have found as well, that if I have a routine for my son to do his homework, just make it so that it's the same time each day, so that they're not just playing and then whenever they get around to it, they're going to get their homework done because they're going to try to find something else, to avoid doing the homework. So a routine is wonderful. Also, the same place, if you can create what is called like a home learning environment or a section in your house where they can go each time to do their homework, and say that 5 o'clock after they've had a snack, they've been able to play for a little bit, they're able to start their homework. They do it at 5 o'clock in this area, and hopefully that area is void of distractions. So the TV's not going, the other family members are not playing around and being loud. So it's a place where they can concentrate. But it's the routine, the set time, the set place. Try to make sure that the environment isn't too hot or too cold so that they're focused on that versus being able to concentrate on their work. So the routine is something that I think is really important.
A lot of great information, a lot of great tips. If parents want even more information though and are looking for more advice, where's a place they can find it?
They can find that on the PCS homepage, but go to the department called Family Engagement, and we have several resources. We have videos, we have different information that we've compiled to help families be engaged in their children's education.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For more tips on how you can be engaged and to visit some of those websites that Wendy was just telling us about, visit the address on your screen. Students who are lucky enough to have a mentor in their lives tend to stay on the right path academically and behaviorally. That's why Pinellas County Schools is dedicated to finding as many committed mentors as possible. Mentors give their time for a variety of reasons.
I'm retired and I really don't have much to do.
To kids who could really use a confidant.
There's various reasons that a student could need a mentor. Sometimes they're struggling at home, sometimes they're struggling at school.
This year, Pinellas County Schools hosted their first ever mentor recruitment fair. The event served as a one-stop shop for people interested in being paired with a student.
Our students that are currently mentored and have been mentored over the years really have an opportunity to sit down and talk about what's going on with them at school, what's going on in their home life, where their goals and dreams are, and they have someone to share that with that's really objective other than their parents or their teachers.
Students who are mentored experience a change in their attitude and academic achievement.
I've seen students who went from hating school to loving school, and from poor grades to A's and B's.
Superintendent Dr. Michael Grego was among the hundreds of people who signed up to mentor at the fair. He says a small commitment can make big changes in the life of a child.
It's 1 hour, and I think that 1 hour goes a tremendous distance to the students that are enrolled in our district.
You can do it for 30 minutes once a week, 30 minutes every other week. So we're really flexible. The students understand as long as they're notified ahead of time, and we will work around your schedule.
Dr. Grego went through a workshop to begin his own journey as a mentor and says it takes a community effort to help make sure that every child has the support they need to succeed.
Training was great that I went through today, and I look forward to mentoring students and caring for all of our students. So I want to thank the community and the people coming forward to provide their service, volunteer service, to help our school and help our community.
As students and their families get ready to head back to school, they can be certain there are hundreds of people from their own neighborhoods who will help them take on the next school year.
It makes all the difference to a child, but it also makes a big difference in your life. There's nothing like the feeling of seeing a child blossom and grow and improve, and knowing that you had a small part to play in that. It's very rewarding.
If you missed the event but are interested in mentoring, call 727-588-5050 or visit the district's Office of Strategic Partnerships website. This new school year had special significance for Pinellas County Schools Superintendent Dr. Michael Grego. It was his first start with the district. Dr. Grego took time during the first day to visit several schools and facilities throughout the district.
Good morning.
Chris Atik found himself doing a lot of waving,
Hey, Blake.
smiling, and greeting.
Good morning, kid. How you?
The principal of Madeira Beach Fundamental was front and center to welcome parents, teachers, and students to the first day of classes.
It's like New Year's Day. New Year's Day, brand new start, brand new beginning. It's excellent. So much fun.
Principal Atik wants to give all those coming to the campus a positive impression that lasts beyond the start of the school year.
We want them to come in, feel good about it, build your classroom culture, build your ground rules, your classroom mission statements, make them feel at home, and then want them to come back the next day as excited the next day as they are today.
Pinellas County School Superintendent Dr. Michael Grego spent the day traveling to sites throughout the district, starting his morning at a bus compound and eventually making his way to Madeira Beach.
I'm excited. This is my first day of opening up schools in Pinellas County, and with that, there's nothing greater than opening up and positively impacting this community.
Dr. Grego spent time touring several schools and liked what he saw.
I see a lot of energy. I see a lot of positive energy. I see a lot of students who are excited to be back, teachers who are excited to be back, and it takes us all to have a great school year. I want to focus on the energy of today being the first day. I want to carry that same energy out throughout the entire school year.
It's that positive energy that Principal Atik believes leads to a more vibrant school community and a brighter future.
It's happiness. It's smiles. It's being happy to be here. Happiness comes from within, and we try to pump people up. We want them to come on campus and feel the shine, feel the sunshine. Say, come on. We want to bring sunshine to the beach.
Dr. Grego started his morning well before dawn at the bus compound at Walter Pinnell Service Center, then visited several schools in addition to Madeira Beach Fundamental. It was also a day of first for hundreds of families in Pinellas County. For kindergarten students, the first day of school can be a brand new adventure, filled with both cheers and some tears.
Those are my books.
Principals were not the only ones excited about the start of the school year. Kindergarten students and their parents also came ready to learn.
It was good when I woke up. because I knew it was Monday. Because Mommy told me it was Sunday and then Monday.
Today she woke up before everybody, so she's ready.
For some students, today will be full of many firsts. The first goodbye, the first assignment from their teacher, and for kindergarten parents, the first time they realize their child is growing up.
We let them come in a little early to get a feel for the classroom and what it's going to be like, and we just ensure them that they're in safe hands and they're going to have a lot of fun this year.
She's a big kid now, so she's kind of graduating into that, and Daddy's proud of her. So that's kind of where we're coming from. But it's hard. We cry when we're by ourselves. So.
From cheers to some fears, the reactions from parents and students were mixed.
When our second child goes to school and we look back, we were like, we're so crazy back then.
Some will not leave their parents' side, they're attached to their hips, and we literally have to pry them off. And then others just come in like it's any other day.
She's going to be shy, but once she gets comfortable, she's going to try to rule that classroom.
Kindergartner Samira Garrett came to elementary school ready to show off what she knows.
I learned my letters real smart when I was in big school, and I knew my letters and numbers. They make me really smart.
First-time kindergarten parent Wynn Santos was able to swap notes with other parents at her daughter's Boohoo Yahoo breakfast.
I am excited to see, who the parents are and see if how they're reacting, and so it's very exciting.
So the parents that are excited to get their kids into school, they go Yahoo, and for the parents that are sad that their baby's going to kindergarten, they go Boohoo. So.
No matter what their reaction, everyone's goal for the first day of school was the same.
She wants me to have a blue face. That means I had a good day.
Even if the way they describe it is unique. Pinellas County Schools welcomed back over 100,000 students to our classroom this year. Let's make it a great 2013-2014. Now let's take a look at information parents need to know heading into this school year with our student reporter, Marissa Allen.
Thanks, Lisa. Here are a few things to keep in mind as we begin the 2013-2014 school year. Don't forget there are no more early release Wednesdays. Check with your student's school for specific start and dismissal times. Did your family move? Pinellas County Schools is implementing a new address verification procedure to ensure that parents receive timely information about important topics, including emergencies, transportation, scheduling, and school placements. All incoming 6th and 9th graders will need to provide the district with 2 documents to verify their home address. Address verification documents, which must be current, include a utility bill for power, water, cable, sewer, or land-based telephone, rental agreement or lease, closing document, or Pinellas County tax statement with homestead exemption. In addition to universal breakfast, under a new federal program, 58 schools in Pinellas County will offer lunch at no charge to all students beginning this school year. To see if your student's school is on the list, visit newsroom.pcsb.org. Each Pinellas County school student has to abide by a dress code. To learn more, visit our newsroom site at newsroom.pcsb.org and click on the Video Series tab to watch the dress code episode of What Parents Need to Know series. Pinellas County school officials want to remind parents of 7th graders to provide their children's school with documentation that their children have received the Tdap vaccine. More information can be found on the district's newsroom site, newsroom.pcsb.org. That's a wrap of some of the things that parents throughout the district need to know. Lisa?
Thanks, Marissa. That's all the time we have for this episode of What Parents Need to Know. Don't forget, you can watch any of our episodes and find up-to-date information on our website at newsroom.pcsb.org. To watch more episodes, just click the Video Series tab and select What Parents Need to Know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.